Hello, everyone. It is Bulldog here, the world's greatest silver analyst, back with more analysis of CLG in the final week of the season, with some roster swaps coming in, with Tuesday and Fracas coming in for Poe Belter and Wiggly. We needed to change something up. I'm just glad something changed. I know a lot of the community is in disagreement about the changes that were made. I am just very glad that changes at least were made. So, it is Monday. I've managed to avoid spoilers at this point, which I don't know how I did it, but I consider it a small miracle. And I'm watching the VOD. They don't show pick ban in the VODs that I use the most of the time. So we just gotta take a quick look. It is very much a protect the Stixay comp. It is pretty linear team fight protect Stixay, which I don't hate. It's a simple to execute win condition. It's what Tuesday and Fragus have been doing in Academy this entire time, so it should give us a decent opportunity. Ruin should get bullied out of lane early. Blabber will out farm Fragus and should pressure him pretty hard. We should get pressured hard in the bot lane, and then mid lane theoretically should be pretty even, but considering how much better of a player Niski is than Tuesday, I would not give it a big chance for us to have any sort of early pressure. So if Cloud9 snowballs on us, we just have to kind of try and prevent the snowball, try and really start to win fights around third dragon, somewhere around there. Once we start getting items, and hope to turn the game around at that point, because we are tanky. We do a decent amount of damage. We have fairly good utility. Like we are a fairly low damage comp. Aphelios is the majority of our damage, and they have a ton more damage in general. So if we can keep the Aphelios alive, we will be alright. But again, Stixay has to be able to lane. Stixay and Smithy need to be able to lane in CS to the point where Stixay can actually get some items, because that's been an issue in the past. So we know they are starting our red. Wiggly is returning the favor, but he does not have sweeper, so they see him going onto it. At this point, it looks like it's going to be vertical jungling, which is not great for our bot lane, because it puts them under an immense amount of pressure. And it puts Ruin in an alright spot, but Blabber is running across to contest. Niski got the push in, so he really gets to there was no possible fight, early skirmish there, which we don't necessarily want, because they win that really hard. But it's not vertical jungling here, but Graves did take a lot of the Raptor camp, all except one, from Fragus's bot side, so that is a reasonably sizable advantage early on. That's just taking advantage of the comps in general, and Blabber being able to be far more aggressive than Fragus is able to, especially since he Blabber should have pushing lanes everywhere except for top early on, even though Licorice should out-trade. Ruin should have the push, and that is not good. That is a big chunk onto Tuesday. He misses a farm because of it. Niski is just kind of bullying Tuesday out of this lane. I don't like this dive. at all. He still has flash. You don't have a lot of damage here, and you burn a flash for absolutely nothing.
And a good job holding on to his W there. There's not a tremendous amount of surprise burst damage.
Yeah, there just was not enough burst to kill him. Like, Ruin needed to take a couple more aggressive trades before that if you were going to go for the dive. And now Stixay has to be careful because they can be dove, but Smoothie should have caught the last couple of seconds of Blabber backing, or the last, like, half of the second of Blabber backing there, and they should be able to step forward a little bit more. But this is how Aphelios versus Callista should go. Should be very heavily Callista favored. And it's... yeah, Stixay isn't doing too bad in the matchup. 8 CS at this point is about what you'd expect. So he's doing alright there. It looks like Tuesday's going to be down about 10 CS, which is pretty bad. Ruin's going to be up about, if he gets all of this, about 13, 14 CS. It looks like. But it is a pretty slow game. And you would expect that much from CLG's composition. They are not an early aggressive comp, even though they did try and make a play top lane. It did not work out to their benefit, and it puts Ruin in kind of a bad spot where he can't really be pushed up anymore, so it just gives Cloud9 full control of the map.
You get your boot upgrade here for Spence, so you get your full hop speed, and then they can easily take the dragon with Blabber at a very quick pace. That's what they want to do, get their soul.
So, yeah, not unexpected that I mean, Licorice has flash. There's not much you're going to be able to do here. Like, you get the flash. You trade flash for flash. Fragus, you should just be walking away at this point, not through dry brush. And, like, you traded flashes. Yep, should have walked away. Because now you're dead. Yep, that was just terribly done by Fragus. Super greedy. Because they knew they didn't have control over mid lane. It should have been communicated by Tuesday that Niski was roaming up. And Fragus should have gotten out of there. But he didn't. And he died for it. And now Cloud9 has full control of our jungle. Full control of every lane, and about a 2,000 gold lead. So, it is not a good situation for CLG. Like, that was... I don't know why Fragus is camping the top side of the map, because there is... you cannot kill this gangplank. Like, Zoe, like, ganking mid lane would be much, much better, because if you don't use any summoners on Zoe, against Zoe, she's very vulnerable. When I jungle against Zoe, I tend to target her, because she doesn't have any escapes besides of her summoner spells, and as long as you don't use any of your summoner spells. So now Niski's really far ahead. It's 2,000 gold lead, and because of Fragus's poor pathing choices, it's not going well. Like, he lost, like, that dive topside, lost pressure. Like, he's done nothing but hurt this top side of the map. Like, it's actually crazy that this is a downgrade over Wiggly. Like, he's trying to be aggressive, but he's not choosing the right areas to be aggressive. Now Ruin can get dove, constantly shoved in, and just be under constant pressure. We can't even enter the river because Cloud9 has just full control of every lane. And honestly, this one's a lot on Fragus right now. Like, Stixay and Smoothie are laning fine. They're down about 10 CS, which is to be expected in the matchup. Like, that is a very powerful lane on the side of Cloud9. and it's a pretty weak lane on the side of CLG. And yep, Tuesday stepping forward where he doesn't have vision, where he doesn't know where the Thresh is.
Yeah, yoink, that is my kill. You're welcome for the roam, buddy. Ignite is used by Bulldogs
And he had
as well.
no jungle assistance to be able to step up there.
That was burned. No flash able to come out from Tuesday as Cloud9 burnt him straight down with the continued
Yeah.
focus here.
I mean, this just demonstrates kind of a lack of game knowledge
So far, Cloud9 in a
on the level of Fragus and Tuesday.
a nearly 3,000 gold lead. Warrior is done on Blabber at 9 minutes and change. He's gigantic right now. I mean, 77 CS. He's outfarming most players in the game. And he's not really poaching the lanes. It's not like C9's bleeding farm to him. So really, really good stuff by Blabber. The exact kind of thing I think Cloud9 fans wanted to see out of him was this level of dominance on a jungle that can
Well,
block the first 6 levels.
it's not hard when you're facing an academy jungler who's not even middle of the pack in academy.
The same like champion point that we were talking about in the last game, where I'm always so hesitant to be like, oh, just because they haven't played it all split doesn't mean.
I mean, it's a like Tuesday will have much better luck than Fragus getting a kill roaming top if there wasn't vision and the wave was in a good place to do so. But there was vision and the wave wasn't in a good place to be able to for Tuesday to be able to roam in terms of actually getting on top of Licorice and getting damage down.
When you have a tower this low, you can try and chunk down the last little bit there, and then you get a
But-
lot of value out of your Rift Trail. If you,
Yeah,
obviously, I
we're going to be down about 3k gold. They should take Dragon about in 7 seconds here.
and get the entire tower, that just snowballs
Because
so incredibly.
we chose
2 and 2
pretty much all losing lanes,
when you kill it.
and it just isn't going to go well. You should not be fighting this. You lose, you will die, and you don't have the damage to be able to fight this. What the actual fuck are you doing?
Still only a level 6 support, and he will
What the hell? Why did you fight that?
first kill of the game.
Whose call was that?
Oliver on the way out.
Oh, let's fight a 4v3 while our 80 carry is down in levels.
But running out of places to go.
They have their jungler and mid laner there. We don't have our mid laner. We don't have damage. Like, what the hell was that call? Like, that was a nuts shockwave. That was really good, but
The mountain, they don't get anywhere on base camp.
nah, that's game. Like, holy crap. That was some of the poorest decision making I have ever seen. Why the hell would you fight that?
Thanks for the cash money. This is feeling great.
You're trying to get Stixay to 2 items. You're trying to get Ornn to level 13,
So the early Kalista Thresh
and then fight around a dragon then.
playing top. Let's see.
But
Licorice, though, he
instead, you try and fight much earlier. Like, that at least was an okay response.
5,500 gold late.
If you could have done just that without inting everything bot lane,
for the other side, since you're
that would have been great, but
if you
nah.
lead objectives,
And
try to fight on the opponent's really strong
God.
area of Dragon, then CLG can try and
I-
actually get one for themselves rather
I don't know,
than
Fragus feels like a super, like
so C9 they get the
what the hell is this call?
Blabber here.
Look, you don't win this 3v3.
Aggressively
Ever.
right here into the ally.
Ever. You should be pinging to back the fuck off. But Fragus can't decide if he wants in or out.
That kind of bait
Stixay gets hooked because of it. They should have just been kiting back.
head play there from Blabber
Especially since Tuesdays should have been letting them know that Niski was roaming.
and allow Cloud9 to collapse.
And then you want to try and kite it back. And then if you want to fight it under tower, fight it under tower. That's fine. You can win a 4v4 under tower.
Every man for himself, try and get out.
Especially when you have an All-Star. Like, if you had All-Star alive to chain that CC, oh, and then you could pull out, Stixay's ult, do some good chain damage, but now Fragish should probably die for this, because he's in a place he shouldn't be without the necessary support to be able to be there or vision control, and he just dies. Fragus has no idea. He thinks he's not going to get punished for being in places he shouldn't be, for poor pathing, for just greedy pathing that, You're not going to get punished for it in solo queue, and probably not in academy. But
CLG trying to pick up the
this
slack
is a
towards the end.
you're playing with the big boys. You will get punished for every single mistake,
Levers they can change
especially when
team
they're so
next year.
blatantly obvious.
Looks like
Oh, thanks, gaming browser. No, I don't want it.
your bottom
I would like to just cry.
You've got 10 seconds to try and touch that last turret plate. There's no more room for Spin to get it, though. 14 minutes will come in. The turret plates will drop. That being said,
I mean,
turrets that have already dropped plates become
Stixay's playing well,
at 14 minutes when those
but
do drop off. So
doesn't matter. Ruin's playing well.
accelerating at this point. I know mid lane turret also only had 3
Like, they're having better performances. Smoothie
with Rift Trail
is doing all right, but making some pretty poor decisions. Like, I don't know who the fuck decided to fight that, but you shouldn't have.
If CLG cannot come back, hold on.
That was not where he should have padded. Okay. So, you're here. You have team. Right there.
CLG
Why do you walk through the slow towards the damage rather than kiting this back towards your teammates? He's in the bush right now if he's kiting it this way. He's in the bush. Blabber has already dashed. He can't get there. And you have Smoothie coming this way. And they can just escort you out. And Licorice can't catch up to you because you didn't walk through his slow. But instead, you decide to walk through the slow towards the damage, away from any possible peel, away from any possibility to turn this play around, and die for it.
He's gonna get slowed down. They got some spells going on to him. Shockwave's very good though. Tuesday.
Okay, he doesn't die for it. That was a really good teleport by Ruin. Tuesday is very lucky that he lived there. And they're going to turn this around and win it because our Aphelios is only one item at this point. And they are very, very good at just weaving in and out of fights. They're very mobile.
Yep, they're able to get at least some kills, but C9 don't want to let them end it here.
They're not a traditional front-to-back team fight. And
Demolition proc as well.
they can really play around that.
And head over to said Rift Trail, even over the Scuttle Crab.
Holy crap.
For CLG.
Fragus has 2 kills. He has 2 kills, and he's 300 gold ahead of Vulcan.
They are for sure in a tiebreaker with Dignitas and maybe Immortals to see if they can fight for that last playoff spot. The C9 side.
Holy cow. This is absolutely atrocious by Fragus. Like, that was... The shockwave was pretty redeeming. That was well executed by Smoothie to flash headbutt Pulve. But, I mean, definitely Tuesday could have funneled them towards the Gragas. Or towards Fragus. Or not Fragus, Smoothie. And Smoothie wouldn't have had to flash. And you could have used the Aphelios as well. The Aphelios Volibear. And probably just gotten a 2 for 0 instead of what was a 2 for 2 in your tower. But we're down 7,000 gold. Like, the game's over. Because they're far enough ahead in gold that it really won't matter if we get our Aphelios and our Orin to their big power spikes. Yep. Hey, we're not stupidly fighting over this. Like, we're not just killing ourselves over it. That's okay. We're trying to trade for some of the standing gold on the map. That's not bad. Trying to recoup some gold to be able to fight over 4th Dragon. And honestly, this isn't that bad of a Dragon Soul to give up. Win Dragon isn't that big a deal.
That's how you're supposed to play around when the other team has champion advantages on one side you need to trade for the objectives on the other side of the map to get some gold back for yourself and scale up so you can actually bring your team fight together later on. This is third dragon,
But
so it is not the soul,
we have
not the
okay wave clear. Like, Tuesday has just finished his first item at 17 minutes. That's very bad.
Cloud9 have built up such a big early lead that it does feel a little bit late for them.
He's a good 1,000 gold behind Niski, at least.
If you're in Champ Select and you're looking at theoretically setting up your biggest, most valuable AoE wombo combo, that's what you now have to pull off for.
Oh god, Gangplank. Callista just hit their 2 item spikes. There's no way we get... Like, we could get our 2 most important 2 item spikes before the dragon, which are Ruins and Stixays. But there isn't a world where we get anything else. And yeah, Blabber has just absolutely torn Fragus apart. Now this could be good. And weird. Fragus almost dies there. I don't know why Fragus didn't manage to get a stun on a Niski. And you had Tuesday's ultimate up. I want to look here. So, here. So if you know, so you see him leap forward. You can, if you're Fragus, you can start running. If you hit Q, I don't know if he has it up. He doesn't have it up. Why doesn't he have Q up? Where does he use it? No, he should have it up. Wait, does he use it right there? He does, and he gets no value out of it. Wow. Instead of running to the spot where Zoe's gonna pop up, you stun her, you have Shockwave, you can Shockwave her, and then hit her with some of that fat Stixay damage, and you kill her. Instead, you just let her walk away. That's just very poorly played. God. Like, it feels like some of the mistakes I make as a silver jungler. Which is, if I'm watching a silver player, is understandable. But this man is fucking challenger, and he's getting paid to play this game.
Takes that thing down to 50% before CLG can rotate.
Ooh, Stixay is in danger. Niski the same has his
Yeah.
flash that when holds on to it. No one was there. Oh,
Well.
Licorice! Oh, Stixay had heal and flash and a mini-map and a monitor to look at. And he doesn't use that.
No, it just killed him in like one wave.
Was there. Oh, Licorice!
Look.
Danger. Niski the same has his flash that when holds on to
Bop.
it. No one
No way to react to that, really.
was there. Oh, Licorice! Oh,
Like,
Stixay had
shut the fuck up,
heal and
freak.
flash and a mini-map and a monitor to
He
look
got
at.
hit by the center.
And he doesn't use anything and he dies to Gangplank ult.
Yes, because Gangplank ult killed him in under half of a second.
Down the ultimate, able to finish off that kill.
It burst him down.
The death chambers means this one wide open.
And, well, there goes Tuesday. And now we have no damage. Why are we running forward into this fight? We have 0 damage on the map. Like, what?
They find a hook and they find a kill on a smoothie as well. Comp maybe
What the hell?
not willing. A 10,000 gold lead at 20.
Oh my god.
Cloud9 are crushing CLG.
Yep, and that's gonna be Baron.
This is...
50 minutes of mark.
I have legitimately seen better macro play in Silver.
Now you don't. Cloud9 will get this one.
Actually, I had a game the other day where we pulled off this sick play where we kept leashing the Elder Dragon, but not actually taking it to bait the other team into having to stay there while we had a Twisted Fate that just split push and won the game. And as soon as they sent a couple of people to respond to the Twisted Fate, he just teleported under the Elder Dragon and we all took it. and we walked him in and won the game.
They get a little bit overextended there as C9
But
collect even more.
this is absolutely
Resetting here.
abysmal.
Baron, Cloud9 have no reason to stall it out, and they can head straight back down. I would like to see
Like you have one damage dealer who gets caught immediately. Nobody body blocks the fucking Zoe.
and since that Battle Star is guaranteed, now you've got nobody who can actually kill Blabber. Just 3 melees.
Now you have absolutely no damage whatsoever. The point of having all of this beefy front line is to be able to protect Aphelios and Orianna.
Down as well, and
Both of them got picked
time to close it out.
by a fucking Zoe,
Of the split, or as Dash would say, the fastest.
who is one of the most counterable champions in terms of her burst damage, because all you have to do is stand in front of it.
1-minute Baron pickup.
If only you had 3 big-ass beefy frontliners that could stand in front of her and take the damage for your carry. That might be good.
Literally the terminology used when speedrunning.
It might be.
Fast split of the game. That's good. You know, like this
You know?
Star in Mario 64 is maybe the
Really kind of fucking rudimentary stuff here, boys. And
Next Dragon split, because Dragon's about to spawn. This is the
you're
whole Dragon.
you're fucking it up royally.
On this, Disky gonna provide us
Like these are some of the basics of the game.
as he shows off the Zoe
Like
mechanics.
some of the basics of the higher levels of the game.
this is not going to be a gold split. You know, this is
And you lose the dragon.
Cloud Drake is
So the entire point of this comp was to scale up and fight for the Elder,
20, by the way.
or Dragon Soul. Scale up, fight for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th Dragon.
Terminology getting out of the meme territory. 2220 is a very, very
But
fast Dragon Soul.
you're too far behind to do that.
They're right.
So the entire purpose of the comp is suddenly null.
When you're showing that bottom focus, this is one of the things that people will point to heading into playoffs, saying, "Hey, look how focused they are on their win condition."
I feel like we don't understand our win conditions
On the bottom
at all.
side. Licorice also played
The entire point of this was to scale.
dodging out multiple ganks. Here's another look
Oh.
at CLG. They're desperate.
Let's try and pick the Zoe with Flash
Here, though, as Cloud9 try and find
without any damage and a long range Ornn ultimate. Like what?
Find damage on a ruin or even on a stick save, but in the top lane, it's been split push duty for Licorice. Max CDR, by the way, not max damage, but the ulti up as fast as possible. Trinity force into S3 very early,
Yeah.
get the spells in there, and he's been able to support the team whenever they need that to happen. Top lane
Also, Fragus,
and looks like Cloud9.
I honestly think you should have gone Athene, or not Athene's, Locket.
Much more sieging to do. Let's wait and grab our items.
I mean,
Go Locket.
he's got
It allows you to protect
was an ultimate.
your AD carry even better. You're not doing anything with the Dead Man's. It's cheaper, it's more gold efficient, and can protect your team from the Gangplank ultimate, the
Cannon barrages, really, which is
the Graves ultimate. I can protect somebody from getting burst down by Zoe, can negate a lot of that burst damage. That would have been really effective here.
pull the wave away from the turret. Come on, Sven, come get this gold.
It would get the most bang for your buck, and then you could have gone on redemption afterwards
Here's Sven. Get 100 gold.
to get some of that gold.
I'm thinking about now,
Because,
I'm just really
but you're probably not going to get to that point. So instead, you're just going to have a Dead Man's and
and we can get
be able to run at people slightly faster, but you don't do any damage, so it won't really matter.
in their opening game.
Like,
I think the only thing
you should have all your eggs in this Stix A basket at this point, because 200 years is the only way you're going to win this game,
versus TSM in a tie.
and you should be investing in that.
But we are definitely going to have to wait for that one.
Yeah,
But you're not.
Most exciting matchups coming up next.
Yep, of course we know we are guaranteed tiebreakers. As CLG are desperately losing this game, they are guaranteed to play against at least Dignitas. Next game, the one with, or at least the one with TSM and TL, that is going to be TSM trying to keep up with Cloud9 to face that one. On the FlyQuest Immortal side, Immortals are fighting for their playoff lives. I mean, a lot of teams still deciding their fates here today. Not just seeding, but playoff lives as well, as more chunks go into the mid turret. That one's going to go down 25 minutes in, and the base is laid bare for the most part. They are up in a minute. Smoothie nearly gets one shot by Niski
Did-
here. Death cap on the way to completion.
This
Now
is the-
attacks towards the inhibitor
Pretty
itself.
sure this is the first game. Yeah, it's Cloud9, and then FlyQuest is the other game.
Really unwilling and, to be fair, unable to fight back Cloud9. Hoping for some kind of overextension, hoping for some kind of mistake that they can capitalize on.
Is it?
To two-item Aphelios not going to be a big enough carry right now. Now trying for the stun.
I feel like this is the first game. Am I just crazy? I don't know. I'm pretty confident this was the first one. Why am I doubting this? Well, because the score, we're 5-12. We should have been 5-11 going into this week.
And Fragus is going to be attacked. He is low. He is flashed on, and there is 4 kills in. Vulcan gets, I believe, his second of the game.
I mean, this game's over. I don't have much else to say. I definitely thought we played Cloud9 first. Yeah, we did. Why am I just crazy? I don't know.
Yes, they do. C9 get temporary control of second. They are in control of their playoff destiny as one final attempt by CLG.
Yeah, that was just pathetic. Holy shit. Well, unlucky.